Hello guys, are you ready to talk about monsters? You know you are. Episode 7, Season 2 of Picard, Monsters. We're going to be diving into it. I really enjoyed this episode. There you go, I said it. You don't like that? I don't care. It's a fact. Jack. And everybody else is not called Jack. Just so you guys know, too, today was being April 14th. It is the anniversary of the sinking of the Titanic. So right after this live, I'm going to go and do another live of my Titanic VR experience, where you can witness the sinking, and you can also explore the wreck. So I think I'm going to go do some VR live after this live. If you guys are interested in that kind of thing, check it out. So, no, this was a good return to form. I love the way it started, you know, talking to Dr. Gaius Baltar. And it's funny because I literally watched the miniseries of Battlestar Galactica before I went to Chicago. And all last night, I watched the first 8 episodes of the Battlestar Galactica Season 1. So Gaius Baltar was fresh in my mind when I saw this episode, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. Good call there. But no, this had a lot of good stuff in it, for sure. Even the whole, no, I'm from Chile. I only work in outer space. I knew that was coming as soon as she said, are you from outer space? I thought that was great. Lot to talk about with this one, so let's see what you guys are talking about. I like Baltar's uniform. Joseph, we have an episode coming out about that specific uniform because it is different than other ones we have seen. So, yes, I liked it as well. MZ Fade hated it. Okay. Don't know if that's the episode or the uniform. Orgod 6, the monster that attacked the Watcher. It looked like a Riemann. It wasn't, though. It was just a scary man. Ooh. Picard's father had hair in Tapestry, but comments about keeping his hair in this episode. Picard's father had hair in Tapestry. I think he meant didn't have hair. Mario, I'm glad you liked it, although I am surprised. I think the father stuff worked, and the last scene was great, but the Talon involvement was odd. Yes, a little bit. Her being, and I saw the Vulcan earpiece thing for the mind link. And I'm like, another Romulan thing. And then we got the reveal of that, and I thought it was kind of neat. It's not her. It's not. What's her nuts? I can't remember her name now. Talon is the new one. Whatever. I can't remember her name. God damn it. Laris. That's it. Thank you. Yeah, so not her specifically, but because like, oh, you could be an ancestor. It's kind of weird, but hey. This episode was a ripoff of the old Kelpian longing for his mom and Discovery listening to fairy tales and fleeing from knocking monsters in a castle. It's like they have no idea. Well, I didn't get that sense at all until you said that, so I don't know if that's a failure on their part or yours. What if him being an FBI agent might be a cover? He's actually Duquesne. Henry Robinson alerted him to Picard and company's arrival. No, I think it is Duquesne for sure. The reason I say that is because on the Ready Room they showed a clip from the next episode, and his name is Agent Wells. If you guys remember, the ship, the Relativity, is a Wells class. I have this theory, okay? Since we know that, according to this Picard time travel logic, all of the original timeline disappeared, I have a feeling that because the temporal agents in the Relativity were shielded by temporal shielding, come here, they had been in this time period when the timeline changed. Come on. And as a result of the timeline changing, relativity never existed. So it just went away, but Duquesne was stuck here. I think he is going to reveal himself to be a time agent, and it's going to be awesome. Because Agent Wells, Wells class, I don't know. That's my thought. We'll see. Keeping Me Up podcast, the whole Cold War with the Q and the genie bottle crap, and its 24th century mental and emotional illness has been handled. New Trek makes it like humanity has barely progressed. I never considered that, but I did like the twist that it wasn't her father abusing, or his father abusing her. It was her that was actually mentally ill, and he was trying to protect her and help her. And of course, to a kid, as we know, Patrick Stewart did say that all those flashbacks don't mean what you think they mean because it's all from a child's perspective. So now he's got a clear understanding as to what was actually happening, and it was actually his mother that was the monster, and his dad was trying to help. I like that aspect of it, that they went that way. But you're absolutely right about mental health. It could have been some weird, it could have been, it's where he got his aromatic syndrome from, because we know he had that in All Good Things. Could be the same type of thing, and that's why Beverly was like, are you sure about this time travel stuff you're talking about? And this Q, or the Q's doing this because, are you hallucinating? You know, she had that thought, so it could be attached to aromatic syndrome, and that would be fine with me if it's something that's not curable in the future. So I don't understand how TNG got it so right, and now we're stuck with this writing. It's a soap opera. It's not Star Trek. It's not the actors either. It's the writers. Disagree. This was a good episode of Star Trek, in my opinion. 709 and number 6. Let's see. 6 and 7, yes. George Mangrum, I thought Duquesne had a Confederation tricorder for a second, but it was just a Samsung. Worst episode so far of the season. 2 Picard, very weird. Totally disagree with you, Snoopy. It's one of the best ones, in my opinion. Captain Foley, I'm from Canada. I only work in outer space. Voyager episode. Episode vibe for SC Scout guy. Yeah, I kind of get that. You're right, Stuart. It has to be Duquesne. Keeping Me Up podcast. I really want the Borg Queen's body to be lying there in front of Rios, the doctor, and the kid when they beam onto the ship. The opening of the episode had good elements, but the dialogue lacked substance. It got better after the credits, but it was a little slow to get to the point. Kind of disagree with that. I don't know. I thought it was paced really well. I've seen it 3 times now, and I really enjoyed it. So, I don't know. Everybody, each their own. It's kind of subjective. So, Fart Muffin. So if I go back in time and I was on the Enterprise, I would be an FBI agent, and my name will be Agent Constitution. Ha ha ha. If it is Duquesne, I hope him and Seven meet. I do too. I think it's going to be one of those things where Raffi or Picard or somebody's going to say to him, why should we trust you? How do we know we can trust you? And Seven's going to walk in and go, trust me, you can trust him. It's a long story. Thanks, Samuel. I loved how the TNG Riker wasn't jealous when Troy had many friends. I thought, great, humanity has moved forward, etc. The writing now is 21st century humans, and the 21st, it's all wrong. Okay, NZ Fade, do you have anything nice to say about this episode? George Mangrum, I thought the Guinan actress was much better this week. She must have needed some time to get into the role. Yes, I said the same thing to Sylvia. She felt much more like Guinan this time. Even some of her dialogue sounded almost like Guinan's voice. But just everything she was saying, the way she was saying it, sounded like something Guinan would say. The first time we saw her, she was very morose and depressed, and it's just defeated, and it's just kind of didn't suit for Guinan. So, yeah. Matthew says this was the second worst episode, in my opinion. Talon didn't actually do anything. She just went into the mine and woke up. Then Picard just randomly comes in with a solution at the end. Matt Boardman says, yep, I would disagree as well. This is actually a really good episode. I think people are just too quick to not give New Trek a chance. Let's see. I like your take on Yvette's illness possibly being a hereditary thing related to aromatic syndrome. That what I don't like is that you put more thought into the backstory than the writers do. That's kind of what we do here on Trekyards. Unfortunately, we look too much into things and come up with some really great. This is what it is, and it never gets no. Yeah. Matt Boardman, I understand that the first season of Picard was not great, but at some point people have to let go or they'll never be able to enjoy things. Yeah, I know, I hear you. Let's see. Peter Lukaku, how could a 21st century doctor use a future tech medical tool on Picard that was messing with me? It's like giving Napoleon an iPhone. It's pretty simple. There's a handle and a button, and it just, you hover it over the head. I don't know. Let's see. This is a terrible episode of Trek, probably the worst episode of the entire franchise, says Scarpad. Wow, that's fucking totally wrong. Damn. I mean, it's your opinion, but of the whole franchise? No, sir. There's so many worse episodes. Wow. I'm loving all the references to the one with whales. I'm from Chile. One thing that's interesting about that is every time you go back in time and you beam somebody aboard your ship, it's never your ship. It's never, like, this is his ship, the La Serena, sure, but it's the Confederation version. So in Star Trek 4, it was the Bird of Prey. It's like driving up and meeting somebody with your beater car, and meanwhile in the driveway you've got a Lamborghini. It's like they get in your car and they're like, I like your car, and you're like, this isn't representative of what my car is, man. Like, you know what I mean? Daniel says, halfway through the episode now, just hopping in to drop a like. Ahoy, Captain. Hello, Daniel. Enjoy the episode. That guy you have on the video, is that Baltar from RDM BSG? On what video? The guy I have on what video? Shauna Leatherman, the fact that her trick to summon Q did not work leads him to believe something is fundamentally wrong with Q, like an illness or some other detrimental effect he's suffering from. I don't think just him. I think it's the continuum. Yeah, Jonathan, I agree. Pure and smoke like a genie. That was definitely a genie bottle, which I thought was kind of interesting visually. Darth Maul, I thought this episode of Picard was a 7 out of 10. All the Picard stuff was great, happy, ecstatic that Picard's dad is a loving father. Outside the story gets shaky. Excalibur 01. At first I actually thought it was Bashir, but it's Baltar from BSG. Darth Maul. I was waiting for Will Smith to appear out of that bottle. Wow. Mark Lawrence, $5. Thank you so much for the first super chat of the night. I will have a drink to that. Got some peach juice with some peach Crown Royal in it. He says that security camera footage of Girardi was that angle on purpose. That's what I thought. I'm like, look, she's putting in Borg algorithms. I'm like, what? There's a what? How do you see that? Yeah, I think that was on purpose. Mr. Ataz. Perhaps the FBI agent is another Q or maybe a supervisor. Doubtful. It's the same actor that played Duquesne. The whole, you have me pegged pretty well, except for that whole nonfiction thing. I'm more of a sci-fi guy. Once he said that, I was like, oh, yes, please be Duquesne. If it's not Duquesne, I'm going to be disappointed, but I'm still really digging it. So, NZ Fade, I give New Trek a chance. We're in the 21st century with people in normal clothes, smashing bottles on the ground, etc. Where is the New Trek? I like the fact that you liked it, and I thought it was bad. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, that's that one scene where she smashes a bottle. I was like, why is the glass still on the sidewalk? Do you think the bar owner would have swept that up? Besides which, the glass was still broken. It wasn't boarded up, and the door was wide open. Somebody should be cleaning it up or something at that point, you'd think. This is like the next day. That probably happened, let's say 1 a.m., maybe. The bar didn't close till whenever. So it just doesn't make sense that the glass was still there, but Darth Maul. Yes, it was the actor who played Gaius Baltar. Yes, I know. Matt Boardman. I'm definitely getting a vibe that something has happened to the Q continuum. Yeah, me too. Baltar's son is now a skin job. Ozzy Medeiros. Even Picard talking about Quantum Leap. Yeah, it's not. He wasn't actually talking about Quantum Leap, but yes. Matt Boardman, I thought it was great to see James Callis in a Trek uniform. Yeah, Samuel said the same thing, Matt. Keeping Me Up podcast. In my opinion, this season is definitely better than season 1. Episodes 1 through 3 is great improvement. Episodes 4 through 6, though, were bad. This episode, good moments and dumb moments. Overall, the season could have been 6 episodes, as it has a lot of filler. Kind of, sort of agree with some of that, but I'm really digging the whole... I mean, I'm kind of sick of being in 2024, I'll be honest. But, and it has its slow spots. This episode didn't really have any slow spots for me personally. So, but yeah, I see what you're saying. I really do. Matt Boardman, he did a great job. It was awesome to see Picard's ready room in there. But what ship was it on? Also, did you catch some of the Eagle Moss ships on the desk? Matt, we have a video coming out on Saturday about all the Eagle Moss ships. There's a bunch of Eagle Moss ships, and there's also a Polar Lights round 2 1/1000 scale Enterprise that's missing a nacelle, a TOS Enterprise missing a nacelle on that desk, and there's also I think it's a round 2 or an AMT kit of the Enterprise B as well there. So yes, we got a video coming out about that on Saturday, Matt. Jonathan, this episode was very well directed. I think the name of the director was from TNG. Yeah, I can't remember his name offhand now, but yeah. Ryan Hale missed Corey this episode. Thought she was going to go ballistic after last week. Ironically, Picard is a skin job. Indeed. Snoopy McQueen, $5. Have a second drink. Oh, thank you, Snoopy. Cheers to you. Keeping Me Up podcast. The worst part of this episode, beyond Rafi, who ruins everything, is handing a 21st century doctor a 25th century neural device, and she uses it flawlessly. Okay, I don't have as much of an issue with the doctor using the fucking device as I do with, hey, Rafi, I need a thing for Picard's brain. Vroom. There it is. There's no, hey, Rafi, I need a thing for Picard's brain. Oh, okay. Hold on, I gotta go down to the medical bay. Step. Find it. We're rooting through drawers. There it is. Beam it. It's like instant. It's like Rafi's right there by our communicator going, yes, okay, here it is. Yeah, I had it ready. I knew. That's the only issue I had with it. Sure, the doctor being able to use it. I think it's a pretty self-explanatory tool. But what do I know? Peter Lukaku, unless everyone in the bar was assimilated, Borg don't clean broken glass. Christian Montgomery, Picard's dad was an error 440 for John Luke's operating system. 440 or 404? Eric Martin, $5. It seems like fixing the Renee situation was the easy part, and fixing all their own messes is going to be the real challenge. Yeah. Like the Renee thing is like, oh yeah, Renee, it's fine. It's all good. You did a good job. Now we just got to fix every other fuck up we did. Byron USA. The glass is a perfect example of how new Trek writers do not care about the details. NC Fade. The first 10 minutes of season 2 of Picard was amazing. New ship, new crew, Rios in charge. I was so pumped. I don't know how we got here. Well, wait for season 3. Season 3 is going to be off the chain. Mark my words. Write it down right now. Trust me, season 3 is going to be phenomenal from what we've heard and seen. So that's all I can say. Christian Montgomery. Yep, Q created a pocket universe and inadvertently took all powers from the continuum. Turd Ferguson. Oh my fucking god, Picard is a skin job. I totally missed that reference. By the way, the orb on Baltar's desk, was that Sauron's orb from TOS? Don't think so, no. Brendan Piercy. This was my favorite episode of Supernatural this season. Ruben Loza. It all depends on the payoff. End of the day, if all of this slow and small details pays off, you will love it. Well, some people will. Some people will be annoyed either way. So if it's just a surprise gotcha at the end, well, Tyrone Elise says, unlike Discovery, Picard has been 1,000 times better. Yes. Dan Bevan, hey Cap. Man, I was starting to lose interest in Picard, and this episode really clawed me back. Called Picard's dad after the second scene, and the idea was dropped on here that the monsters were his dad. Hey Cap, how's it going? It's going well, thank you. IPA, Captain? I don't have an IPA right now, no. But Chuck A. Stewart, great commentary on this episode. You are right on the money with this analysis. Oh, thank you, Chuck. Appreciate it. Shauna Leatherman, are you more or less convinced now that the Borg Queen we saw at the beginning of the season is Jurati? More convinced. However, it's almost too obvious. It's been almost too obvious since the very beginning. I have a feeling that maybe Seven is going to, because she's been living without these Borg implants for a while now. She's really loving it, being human. But I have a feeling she's going to take it from Jurati to... So I have a feeling that it's going to be Seven as the Borg Queen, not Jurati. Jurati seems a little too obvious. So that's my thought on that. I could be wrong. Probably am. But hey, just calling it now. Mike Crawford, as for the glass still being there, remember this is the time period where the poor ghettos are around. NZ Fade, remember on Voyager where the doctor says I need a tricorder? No medical tricorder, yet that brain device was ready instantly. It made no sense. Yes, I do agree with that, NZ Fade. Eric the Bat, Raffle could have been near a replicator. Quick reminder to y'all, it's 110 years ago since the Titanic sank, but I know it's off topic though. No, it's not, because as I said, once I'm done this live, I'm going to do another live in VR where I go do my Titanic VR experience, and we can watch the Titanic sink, as sad as it is, and then we can also go explore the wreck. So I'm going to do that in VR right after this live, so you get like double billing of Captain Foley live, but 2 different vibes and feels. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, check it out. Mark, James Callis' character being in Picard's mind ironic when his character in BSG had a character in his mind. Where is Picard's brother? He's away at boarding school. I think they actually said that in the first episode or second episode. The mom said, "You're with your brother being away" or something. I think there's a line of dialogue covering that. Keeping Me Up podcast. Do you think we will lose some of the main cast this season to make room for TNG cast reunion? Like, will Jurati die as the new queen in the 25th century, and will Rio stay behind with his new fam? I don't think so, no. As much as everybody wants to see Elnor not come back, or, Rio stay, I don't want to see Rio stay, that's for sure. Or fucking Jurati die. No, I don't think so. I think they're all going to be back for season 3, so I could be wrong about that as well, but I'm just saying, that's my thought. RR says, Dr. Gaius Baltar being in Star Trek is fitting since they ripped off BSG. NZ Fade, Season 3, finally, Worf and Riker fight to the death. Ozzy, Picard's brother die in fire in Next Generation movie. Yeah, but he's talking about the flashbacks, because Robert is Picard's older brother, so he should be around the young Picard and his mom. Ozzy, that's what he's asking about. Shem says, hey, all, just finished watching it. I really liked this episode. So did I, Shem. So did I. Rebel Poet 71. While the last season of Disco ripped off The Expanse, the aliens behind the wandering black hole thing is a ripoff of the proto-molecule aliens. Dan Bevan, I have 2 theories with Duquesne. Either, as you say, Temporal Shield protected him in some way, and he wants to know what the fuck is going on, or he's the Confederation Duquesne and a bad guy. I don't think he's a bad guy at all. I think he's a good guy. But hey. Eric Martin should have had Jurati in the red dress hanging around Baltar as an hallucination while he was talking. Classic. Could still happen, man. Could still happen. Because remember, Jurati kissed him. They had a relationship before. No, not Baltar. Never mind. I'm thinking Rios. God damn it. You know what I mean, though. It could still maybe kind of happen. I don't know. Maybe not. I'm just going to shut up now. There's no way that could happen. Dumbass. 404 is an automation error. Okay. Or 440 is an automation error. Okay. Sorry, Christian. Matt Boardman. So this episode was directed by Joe Mendez, who's not directed Trek before. I think some may have gotten him confused with Joe Menosky, who was the writer and producer on Voyager. Oh, okay. SC Scout Guy, are you more or less convinced that Rios is going to stay in the past now? I am less convinced. I don't think he's going to stay in the past. If anything, I think the lady and the son might go to the future with them. It is very likely that Rios can stay, though. But I think, again, it's too obvious. It's too much of a red herring. If it happens, it happens. If it happens, it'll be because of a sacrifice, like he can't make it back to the ship or something, and he just tells them to go because he's going to be happy staying. I honestly don't know. I don't think they're going to write him off the show. That would be such a shame. Colin Barrett, unless, of course, the Borg Queen is Raffi. I can't see that happening. Samuel says, the thing about the doctor using the device, she didn't use it. She turned it on. There is a difference. She pointed it and turned it on. Yes, and kind of waved it around his head. Gestral 1980. JL made it in this episode. Grrr. Yeah, I like when Baltar says to Picard, he's like, all your closest friends call you captain. And I'm like, that's kind of funny. And then as soon as Sylvia saw that part, she's like, yeah, but Raffi calls him JL. It's like, oh, that's a good point. But anyway, the doctor. Hey, Cap. Yeah, I said this in a comment on Steve Shives, but it was great to see James Callis. But this episode was a derailment. We needed more immediate concern for Renee after the last one. We're not going to see much of Renee at all, if at all, again, I don't think. Cosmo. Could the Romulan woman take it and be the Borg Queen? She's been in Picard's head and may know to say look up. Distinct possibility. I haven't thought of that one, but that'd be neat. NZ Fade. Off topic. What device system do you use for VR? I use the PlayStation 4 VR right now. Can't wait for the PlayStation 5 VR to come out. But when that happens, it happens. Peter Lacaco, $5. Has it been explained how Q lost his powers halfway through the season? It has not been explained, Peter. We still need that explanation. Turd Ferguson. Okay, the brain device was ridiculous. Rios couldn't hold the rabbit ear antenna to Picard's positonic brain. He could have, for sure, but... Eric the Bat. Near, far, wherever you are. War God 6. I know you're more into models themselves, but you see the new Titanic Lego model? It looks great. It does, but it's way too big, and... It's way too big. But yes, it does look great. Matt M., I really dislike this episode. Wow. See, this is weird because people are on opposite ends of the spectrum for this. They either love this episode or they hate this episode. So, sorry to hear that, Matt. BJ Chiron, I watched the re-release of Titanic 5 times so I could watch the ship sink. Wow. Christian says, Rios will have those 2 memories wiped. It is already mentioned with the cop. Okay. Oh, their memories wiped. Gotcha. Sean Leatherman, I got $5 on Worf for winning against Riker. The actor who played Duquesne in Voyager is either Duquesne or he is a different Q that also protects Earth from Q gone mad. But I have been wrong with most of my theories so far, lol. Well, I don't think it's another Q because when Guinan did her thing, she's like, it's not Q. So, it's got to be Duquesne. If it's Duquesne, oh my God, they hit a home run. Keeping Me Up podcast. On a scale of 1 to 10, how salty do you think Will Wheaton is for not being included in season 3 after years of doing Chris Hardwick's impersonations for CBS? It's a joke. I honestly would have liked to see Wesley. You're gonna see Wesley in it. I promise you that right now. You're gonna see Wesley in season 3. So don't get your shit in a twist. Don't worry. Eric Martin. I wonder if Rios is going to level with the doctor and then use the memory drug Girardi used on the cop to send them back. Probably. Jonathan says, it almost feels like this episode was trying to be an episodic and continuing story hybrid, which was pretty good. The Girardi B story could have progressed a little more, but that is fine. Yep, I totally agree with that. I would have liked to see more of the Girardi stuff, but as it played out, I think it was very well paced and very well done. So, NZ Fade. I should just call you I Hate Picard. Says Raffi being the board queen, I can see that happening because she'd do anything to protect Seven. That would be a satisfying twist. Keeping Me Up podcast. Riker and Troy call him Jean-Luc now. It's true. He's not a captain. He's an admiral now as well. So, but I think that was supposed to be a flashback to when, because that was supposedly his ready room. He said something about his ready room, and it's like that should have been the doctor's office, but okay. So, and the doctor even said he's going to suggest removing him from command because he feels he's going to take his crew on a suicide mission just to feel anything. So it almost felt like a flashback to when he was a captain still. But anyway. Rebel Poet 71, Space Legolas might be the Borg Queen. Remember, it's 2022. Hank Clay, speaking of Wells, the same actor starred in 12 Monkeys TV show playing a cop that helped the time travelers he encountered. Yes, he did. Tim McCaffrey, I only really disagreed with Rios bringing them to the ship. That was dumb, crush or not. I mean, I would do the same thing, though. I'd be like, I want to really impress the shit out of you. You should see this shit. It's just something I would do. I don't know. Mechator 96. Didn't Picard see a vision of his father in TNG who was bald? So that thing when his subconscious dad said, didn't get to live as long as you, but I got to keep my hair at least, was weird to me. Yeah, never really considered that, but you're absolutely right. In Tapestry, we do see, and he looks more like Robert from Family. He looks more like Picard's older brother, like the dad does. So, Turd says Gary Seven sad he could live to be 1,000 years old. I think that is Laris. Could very well be. Could very well be. Gestrel 1980, $5. Hey Cap, all your closest friends call you Captain. LOL. Should be a new Trekyards t-shirt. Video awesome. I honestly didn't mind this episode. I think it was quite cool, and I don't think I walked over any canon. Yep. Turd Ferguson. Am I a bad person for enjoying the DiCaprio's Frozen character sinks under the water? No. Shem Dannenberg, Beverly calls him Jean-Luc all the time. That's true. That is very true. Daniel Schott. I was glued to the screen at the beginning. I really thought it could have been Dr. Bashir until I saw the actor. I wonder if it was done on purpose. Eric the Bat. Well, we'll see Wesley and Broccoli. Don't know about Broccoli, but... Colin Barrett. I read somewhere that Dwight Schultz will make an appearance in season 3 also. Not sure if that's true, though. That'd be very cool, man. If he does, amazing. Good job. No matter what happens, Star Trek Picard still ends up at Discovery. Keeping Me Up podcast. Probably the Ready Room from the ship Picard commanded with Raffi as his executive officer during the Romulan relocation. Yes, I can't remember that name of that ship now. I want to say the Aventine, but I could be wrong. Mark says, could that have been the Ready Room of Picard's Stargazer? No, it was definitely not the right era. No. The Doctor. Agnes becomes Borg Queen. Peanut Hamper shows up at the last minute to suck all the nanites out of her and save the day. There you go. Peanut Hamper is going to be returning for season 3 of Lower Decks, unfortunately. I hate Peanut Hamper, by the way. But I think Peanut Hamper is going to be found by the Borg and become a huge Borg threat for the crew of the Cerritos. Calling that right now, too. How did you like the Romulan reveal? It was nice. Very subtle. Hey, now I'm going to hide who I am for 8 hours. Eric Martin says, maybe Girardi will sing We Belong. Seems like a good post-assimilation song. Dan Bevan, do love the fact that Q is literal genie in a bottle. It's weird and a little dumb, but I love it. LOL. Keeping Me Up podcast. Am I a bad person for laughing whenever I see the dude fall off the Titanic and hit the propeller? LOL. No, you're not. Broken Speaker. I would love to see Dwight Schultz. Ozzy says, is Gary Seven then a Romulan? No, he's a human. Ozzy, did you not pay attention? In Assignment Earth, he said that these aliens went back a thousand years ago and scooped up humans and raised them on their planet and then assigned them to Earth again. And even Laris, or Talon in this episode, says, Usually, it's the people from this planet that we would have here. However, in some instances, they'll substitute with somebody that's similar enough. I forget the exact line of dialogue she said, but she says that. So there you go. USS Verity. Thank you. There it is. Video awesome. We should see Barclay. That would be cool. Eric the Bat. His real friends call him John Luck Pickard. Ozzy says Picard is a Cylon by your command. Fenrisha. So is Guinan really special, or does every Elorian have a magic Q summoning bottle? Also, the actress did a much better job in this episode, copying Opie's mannerisms and speech. Yes, I totally agree with the whole much more like Guinan thing. As for the magic bottle, I mean, she's the one that has that one. She's the one that's been assigned it, I guess. I don't know. She has it, so not all of them have it, obviously. Video awesome. I love seeing the classic DS9 TNG movie uniforms. Well, they're different. It's a different uniform. It's not a DS9 uniform. And it's not like a First Contact style uniform. It's different. It's like a Voyager material, Voyager cut, but it doesn't have the ribbing like the First Contact ones do. And it's also got the colored undershirt, but it's got a black stripes here, which the First Contact ones don't. We actually have a video coming out about that probably on Sunday, talking about the uniform specifically and the differences in it. So, Doc McGillicuddy, I haven't watched the episode yet. Just wanted to say I hope everyone is having a good night. Thank you, Doc. Hopefully you enjoy the episode. If the Borg Queen's timeline has done voided, how is she still around? Well, it was not only a temporal rift, but it was also an interdimensional rift that they came through in the first episode. So I don't know how that plays out yet. We'll have to see. Mark says, the guy hitting the propeller is my favorite scene too. Matt Boardman, Keeping Me Up podcast. That's hilarious. My 13-year-old daughter laughs every single time, and the looks she gets from people who are watching us are priceless. Keeping Me Up podcast. Are you and Samuel doing STLV this year? Probably not, no. Q is a trickster god, as a genie does kind of explain the genie myths. Yeah. Victor Garcia, Robert Meyer Burnett has been blasting Picard this season. On TikTok, he even made it seem like Picard's dad was going to be an abuser. Glad they didn't do that. Yeah, I'm sad to hear that he's doing that. I really like Rob Burnett. He's a good guy, and I love Free Enterprise. I got to meet the guy. He's awesome, but I really hate that he's really bashing on New Trek. But, to each their own. Everybody's got their thing, so that's cool. Not going to change my opinion on him. I think he's a good guy. I like him. Christian Montgomery, imagine the Academy equivalent for the Watchers. Don't know what you mean. Keeping Me Up podcast, laughing my ass off. Boing, splash. LOL. Daniel Vance, the bar was named Deacon's, which is probably a nod to Jeffrey Deacon, who was Stewart's body double and background regular on TNG. Yeah, I was looking at the bar name going, how does that tie in? That's got to be something. It's got to be like a little Easter egg or something. But so thank you for that. I didn't know that. Jaddock Productions. I haven't seen past the first episode of season 2, and I cannot afford the new streaming service, but I did see Dr. J singing scene, and all I can say is I really enjoyed it. Dan Bevan, Elorian versus Q war. Far too big for just a casual reveal like that. How the hell do you have a war with omnipotence? Love to see more on that. Well, obviously it indicates that the Elorians have some special powers as well. So, speaking of, guys, we have 146 people here and 89 likes. You guys have a special power to hit that like button. So give me a thumbs up and keep the super chats coming. I still got alcohol and yeah, we've been kind of light on super chats the last few lives we've done. So if anybody can help out in any way, I'd really appreciate it. If not, that's cool too. Just hitting that like is amazing. But yeah, hit the like button. Starfest Denver. Frakes canceled due to a directing gig. Michelle Hurd is added. Huh, cool. Video awesome. I guess I need to watch the opening video then. Colin Barrett. Starfleet Medical HQ has its own type of uniform. Could be a specialist uniform. It could also be an iterative step between the Voyager style and the First Contact ones. We're not 100% sure. We have a whole video coming out talking about it, looking at the differences in uniforms and where it fits and how it's different. So I'd say watch for that this weekend, probably on Sunday. But yeah, it could be a specialist uniform for a psychiatrist or something like that. I'm not sure. Donnie Pearson. Hello, Cap and all, and happy Jerry Anderson Day. Hope everyone is well this evening. We are, Donnie. Hope you're well as well. Eric Martin, I'm concerned that Q didn't show. Cap, maybe you should call the Q phone number and make sure he's still in service. I said the same thing to Samuel. I'm like, we should call Q and check in on him. We have his number, you know. But, yeah. Oi. Donnie Pearson. I must confess, the best part of the Monsters episode of Star Trek Picard is in 2 words. James Callis. Jonathan, when Rio said, I am from Chile, and I'm from Chile, I just work in space, I thought that was a good line, and then I realized it's the same as Kirk's line in Star Trek 4. Yeah. Don't tell me. You're from outer space. No, I'm from Iowa. I only work in outer space. Chuck Jones, unrelated, but have you seen TNG, the animated series that someone made? Your thoughts? I did see it. It is amazing, and I can't stand the music in the animated series, but that was so well done. Everything from Riker's Run to just everything was perfectly done. I thought it was fun. I would love them to do more of them. So, Rusty Jesse, what if Borgie is after a weakened Q and not us blah humans? Ooh, interesting. Eric Martin, $5. I'm a sucker for a fundraising request. Well, cheers. Thank you so much, guys. Keeping Me Up podcast. Of all the new characters introduced in Star Trek Picard, main, recurring, and guest, in your opinion, who is the best new character? My pick is Rios. My pick is also Rios. Good job. We agree. Rios is great. Victor Garcia, I have a theory about why Guinan does not remember Time Zero is because after what's happening now, Guinan's mission has changed and she's sent to the past. They've already explained why Time Zero didn't happen. So David Ward or David Mack did a whole timeline breakdown, which we did a whole live on talking about how by Picard time travel logic, none of that ever happened because this creation of this new timeline erased all the other ones. It didn't branch off. It isn't a branch off. It isn't, something running parallel to other ones. It's replaced them. So Area 51, $5. I'll chip in a bit. Oh, thank you so much, Area 51. Many thanks to you. Matt Boardman, the best part was how he sheepishly delivered that line without working in space. About working in space, yeah. Captain Corky. Shauna Leatherman is now Captain Corky. Just didn't want to cause confusion. Oh, hey, Shauna. Rios for sure. Martin Caramon. Can you say hi to my girlfriend, Cynthia Coria? She thinks you have a good taste in starship design. She is watching you. Hello, Cynthia. Thank you so much for watching. Say hi to Martin for me. I don't know. Give him a little punch in the arm or something. Not hard, just like a little, hey, how's it going? But yeah. Hello, Cynthia. Thank you for watching. I have good taste in starships. Why do you say that? Because of like this stuff back here, or I'm interested now. Chuck A. TNG animated was fantastic. Yes. Donnie Pearson. Well, one of the best parts anyway. No, I don't know what you're talking about. Christian Montgomery. Davidians from Time Zero were mentioned. Makes me wonder how or if they factor in. We'll have to wait and see. Wolf says he drinks his beverage with such robust manliness. Is that sarcasm? I think that's sarcasm. I'm sorry. I should raise my pinky. Fenrisha. There is a great interview with the guy that did the TNG animated series over on Trek Culture. Oh, is there? I didn't know that. Cool. Brendan Piercy. Is this show implying that the Federation needed the Borg to not turn evil? I don't know what it's. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Trout Bum Wombat, $5. Hello, Cap. Loved your convention videos. Thank you. Did you watch the live one I did from the floor as well? So I did the live one from the floor. I also did the live one where I unboxed my stuff. My bird of prey is over here. My goddamn. Ah, it's right there. I love it so much. Oh my god. There be whales here. Yeah, I did. So I did the live convention floor one. I did the unboxing video of my swag. I also did the captain's log, which was out today. Hold on one second. The signal got bad there or not? Did the signal get bad? Let me know, because it's bad on my iPad, but it could just be the connection from my iPad. So if you missed me playing with the ship, tell me and I'll do it again. But thank you, Trope Bum Wombat. Peter Lukaku, $10. Hey, Captain, have you seen the bonus scene of Picard floating around YouTube? I can't remember the YouTuber that keeps posting them, but toilet scene was hilarious. I have not seen that, no. But I need a drink for that. NZ Fade, Picard Season 2 never happens. He wakes up at the end and Laris gives him a cup of tea as he dozed off. General Grievous, can we take a moment to see how stupid it is that the 25th century tech no one thought to hack the cameras and either loop the footage or disable it and insert forged identities in the database? Erg. They have a 400-year advantage roughly in tech. They do, yeah. RR says, what I meant was the Borg Queen was from the Confederation. Her timeline was avoided, so the Confederation will never happen, so that Queen should not still be alive. Yes, that's an interesting point, actually. Yeah, I don't know how it's going to play out with that. That's something we've thought of, because, yeah, if they correct this timeline, technically that Queen never existed, therefore Jurati can't be infected. It's a whole thing, so I don't know. Eric Martin, I love the kid on the ship. I'm going to touch everything. Reminds me of me at that age. Yeah, and I'm like, that's a remarkably bad idea. Don't let him touch everything. Shannon Bailey, do you think with Season 3 Picard they are going to throw out the new characters and possibly previous story to make an all-new TNG season, or they'll reintegrate the new characters into it? Or integrate the new characters. They're going to integrate the new characters into it, is my thought, so... Peter Lukaku, there was another scene where Picard and Adam Soong met at the bar, and Soong mentions that he hadn't had sex since the 24th century. Ryan Lender, do you think Rios could have a spin-off show? Yes, I think that'd be awesome. Keeping Me Up podcast, I disagree with the replaced history argument. Both timelines share a common history until Renee's choice. Otherwise, they didn't go back to the specific point in time. And yes, I understand that. I totally fucking understand that. We've talked ad nauseum about this goddamn timeline. I agree with you 100%. However, they said that from that moment on, the April 15th or whatever it is, that never happened. Therefore, TNG never happened. Therefore, they could never have gone back to Time Zero. So it's a different past. So yes, Guinan could have been there, but she never would have ran into Picard and crew, which is why she doesn't remember them. So, Delcana Games, do you think we'll see any more Star Trek 4 references? We've seen a few. Guy in the bus with the boombox, the quip. I just work in space. I might see a few more. Yeah, they're nice little touchstones. So, Fart Muffin, Rios having a Quantum Leap show where he just goes to different time periods and tries to fix what he screwed up that week. General Grievous, I mean, I'm just spitballing here, but those fancy Samsung tricorders can hack 21st century tech. Keeping Me Up podcast, that bird of prey is sexy. There be whales here. Mr. Captain 93, so do they pull a time zero and have Picard leave a message in a time bottle to the Enterprise D crew to come and get him? No, they don't do that. Keeping Me Up podcast, did you watch Firefly? And if so, Will you be buying the new Eagle Moss XL Serenity model? I did watch Firefly, and no, I will not be getting the Serenity model. I think the Serenity is a fucking god-awful ugly ship, and it didn't grow on me at all. In the movie Serenity, it looked a little better. I'll give it that. However, no, I'm not a fan of the design. The Doctor, not to mention they can create stun beams. Mark Philippe. The signal did get bad when you had the ship. Maybe the whale probe. See, no, it's just, I know it. It's just, so here's the ship, so you can see it again. It's beautiful, beautiful. I love the wing up. That's why it's like that, because it looks better that way. But anyway.
My friends, we've come home. May fortune favor the foolish.
And I did a live where I unboxed this and played with all the buttons, and it's so great. It's so great. And it's the Star Trek 401, obviously. It's the HMS Bounty. So on the landing gear there, it does say HMS Bounty. But this is a replacement battery cover, so you can just have it landed on the legs. But on the bottom of that ship, where the flaps fold in, it does still say HMS Bounty, so it's pretty cool. You should go watch that video. Like I said, I did 3. Did the live from the floor, I did the live where I unboxed the stuff, and then I did the Captain's Live, which was released earlier today on both the Captain Foley personal channel and Trekyards. So if you haven't watched them, go check them out. Feel like you're at the convention, hopefully. Captain Corky, I didn't miss you playing with the ship, but I still wanted you to do it again. Hers says, only for a short time, the signal went bad. Must have been a Klingon that tripped over a cable. General Grievous, and the ship's computer would be more than capable of hacking any intelligence database. It's true. CJ O'Neill, $50. Oof. CJ, thank you so much. Thanks for all you do, Kat. No, thank you guys for just watching and joining and subscribing and clicking like and just being here. If you weren't here, we'd never have anybody to talk to. How sad is that? Here I am talking to my phone. But hey, love you guys. Hit that like button if you haven't already. We're at 113. I think we can probably hit 130. Hit that like button. But thank you very much, CJ. That is amazing super chat. Martin Caramon, $5. If the federal agent is not the same character from Voyager, then these producers are no good. I agree. And if it's not Duquesne, we riot, all of us. And Trekyards will lead the way in that riot. If it's not Duquesne, you guys come to us after the reveal of it not being Duquesne, and we will have a live where we riot and complain at CBS, and we'll lead it. We'll lead the charge. NZ Faye, Girardi also wakes up at the end, having dozed off also. The Doctor, the ship's computer is board compromised though. Curious that they are able to use the transporters. Yeah. Christian Montgomery, Hallmark Enterprise looks fantastic, and I'll give you 2 strips of Gold Press Platinum. Which Hallmark Enterprise? There's only one behind me here, and that's that gold one. 50th anniversary one. That's the only one I have there. I have more, but there's none of them that you can see. I've got the one down here, which is the tree topper. But Caleb Horn, $20. Oh my god, thank you so much, Caleb. The shape of that earpiece for Mind Meldy thing crooked my eyebrow. Glad she's a Romulan. Technological mind meld from the Romulans. Got a chuckle from turn off the parental controls there. Soon created Khan. Maybe. I think he created Khan, but he probably worked with Khan and his Supermen at some point. And yeah, to everything else. Yeah, the parental controls thing made me, Because it does say that in the subtitles, so. Peter says, I'll send you the links to the bonus scene videos if you want to laugh. Sure, please do. Keeping Me Up podcast. These bonus Picard scenes are from other series or movies Stuart Spiner and others have been in. I think it's Major Grin's channel who posts them. Oh yeah, Major Grin always does some good funny stuff. Mr. Captain 93. Love the reference of I'm not from outer space, I just worked there. Christian Montgomery. Are they talking about Major Grin's videos? Yes, I think they are. Turd Ferguson. Oh yeah, they mentioned Quantum Leap. James Callis is Al Calavici, and Bakula is coming on to Paul. There's a visual. Those bonus scenes are from other show precursors. Okay. NZ Fade. I also have that Bird of Prey. You can see the stand. And then I'm showing it to everyone cloaked. Gotcha. Captain Corky, the Bird of Prey is beautiful. It is. Such a great price, too. Got a good deal on it. Mr. Captain 93, what are the odds that the Cap recreates the saving wheel scene in the bathtub every night while taking a bath with his new ship? I haven't tried that yet. It could be fun. Tyrone Lease, I hope that's not moose beer. It's not? Oh, that beer is from Elsinore Brewery. Hashtag justice for Duquesne, yes. Sean T throws in $2 and says NT. I think you mean night? Good night? You leaving? Cheers. My God, Picard has gone downhill. Disagree, Clark, but I'm sorry you didn't like it. Mr. Captain 93, have we figured out what the hell an NFT is? Apparently it's a piece of digital art that you buy, which can be used as currency. I don't know, it's fucking stupid. I don't get it. I don't get it. Christian says 2022 Hallmark Disco Prize Enterprise. My bad. Should have clarified. Oh, yeah. Strange New World Enterprise. Yes. Can't wait to get that one. Do you think they'll ever make an all-new separate universe? No. Tim McCaffrey, wonder if Captain Braxton will be Agent Will's secretary. Keeping Me Up podcast. I just took a screen grab of Captain Foley. I'm not selling this NFT for $1 million and 1 cent. Who wants to invest? Okay, I don't understand it. I really don't. So, but hey. I'm now selling this for $1 million and 1 cent. Oh, okay. I don't think I would ever warrant anyone paying $1 million, but hey, what do I know? NFTs are just snake oil. People BS into buying stuff that's worth nothing. I'll stick with watching Gold Rush. Yeah. No, I mean, there's so much good stuff in this episode, and I understand that a lot of people didn't like it. I can kind of see why, perhaps, but I feel bad that they didn't like it. I mean, I thought I really enjoyed it. I think it was one of the better episodes of Picard, period, and of season 2. You know, it's not the best episode of season 2, obviously, but it's definitely up there. So it'll be interesting to see what people think tomorrow during our live. So the Doctor, that NFT booth at Mission Chicago, weird. For a while I was trying to figure out what they were selling. Dumb. The ships they had were dumb. They were. Mr. Captain 93, what fan service would you like to see next in Picard? I don't know. I don't care. It's not fan service. It's just using the canon properly. There's so much stuff they could do. I don't know. I usually watch the Hilltards Gold Rush in a rush on YouTube. And you know what goes on a Gold Rush episode? You know, okay, I usually watch the Hilltards Gold Rush in a rush on YouTube. And you know what goes on Gold Rush? What? Are you drunk? Keeping Me Up podcast. I love that Trek culture has given automatic downs to Trek NFTs to start the last 2 Star Trek Picard up down videos. Fry Minis, $2. I'm late. Sorry. What uniform was Baltar wearing? We'll talk about that on a video on Sunday. It was an own unique uniform. It's quite interesting, actually. Fryman, oh, read that one. Damn it. Christian says the NFT holodeck looked pretty cool. It was pretty cool, but the ships in there were ugly. NZ Fade, I had issues with the pacing. 50% of the episode was a doctor talk who ended up being his dad. 30% was running around a dungeon from a monster, and nothing with Girardi moving forward with her arc. The dungeon stuff was the weakest part of this episode for me. Probably went on a little too long, but yeah, I can see why people wouldn't like that. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Fry Minis looking forward to Sunday. Sunday. Trout Bum Wombat. Jake Harns has to be playing the same character from Relativity. He has to be, yes. I agree. Keeping Me Up podcast. Have you watched the To the Journey preview? If so, thoughts? I haven't watched that yet, no. Chuck Jones. Is CBS going too far with too many Trek series? B&B warned that Enterprise ratings dropped due to too much competition from other Trek series. Is this not a problem due to the new streaming platform for Trek? I don't think so, no. No franchise fatigue right now, I don't think. Another couple years with quite a few series on, it could be a problem, but not right now. NFTs are like digital collectibles. People use to buy and sell paintings just to make money, but it reaches to the point where the original creator gets paid in royalties every time it is sold. Well, that's stupid. Who would buy this shit? Mr. Captain 93, was Picard therapy session in his ready room? It looked like his chair. Yes, it was. He even said at one point his ready room when he was talking to Talon. Which was weird. But well, yeah. Fenris, do you think we'll be going back to the future before the very end of the season? I'm getting bored with the past. It's fine for an episode or two, but not for the most of the season. I know, we've said the same thing. I think we'll be back either... I want to say episode 9, but I have a feeling it's going to be the last episode, unfortunately. Nuts are the most anti-Star Trek things in existence. Nuts or NFTs? Yes, those NFT ships look like dollar store. Yeah, they do. They definitely do. NZ Fade, TNG got it right. Let's have an Earth episode, but stay on the holodeck. But it's on the holodeck, and you can switch in and out of the story or what's happening on the ship at the same time. Yeah. The NFT ships are the wish ships of the Trek universe. Mr. Captain 93, if there is any franchise fatigue, I bet Discovery will suffer first. Oh, yeah, for sure. Jason Paris, will we see Captain Robert April on the Strange New Worlds? That would be awesome. I'm sure we will, actually. Would you rather be friends with Rios, Tuvok, or Gowron? Rios, for sure. I like Tuvix. Okay, Tuvix. Yeah, definitely Rios. NFT is a non-fungible token. I fucking hate that. What's a fucking fungible? It's a non-fucking mushroom? Fucking stupid bullshit. The fact that morons are using it to sell JPEGs really detracts from its intended use. Yeah. Keeping Me Up podcast. I don't think Trek has enough viewers for franchise fatigue. Its loyal audience loves the year-round content and won't leave. The haters will still watch it, will hate watch. Beyond that, it's not mainstream enough. Ozzy says, if Shatner is in Lower Deck Season 3, sounds like him give Lower... Holy shit. If Shatner is the Lower Deck Season 3, sound like him give trouble Lower Deck style. I don't think Shatner's going to be in Season 3 of Lower Decks. NZ Fade. Final episode will just have too much in it. The elf being reborn, the Borg Queen being destroyed, Picard defeating Q, and Rios having a new girlfriend. They might even throw in a wedding for Seven and Raffi, yeah. The Doctor, a fungible token would be something the Discovery uses. Rimshot. Ha! I got that. The mycelial network. I hear you. Fry Minnie's last one. Rather be friends with Seven, Troy, or Jadzia Dax? What kind of friends? Talking friends with benefits or just friends? Honestly, it'd be Jadzia Dax. Just all the stories that she would have. So, Jadzia Dax, for sure. They are pushing the multiverse, so it's pretty obvious the new Trek is its own universe and not canon. They just are slowly getting to that bombshell. NZ Fade says 7 in her prime is who he would pick. Keeping Me Up podcast. Are there NFT FWBs? I don't know what an FWB is either. Smart Smears. I don't know how you feel about the season, but I feel like Picard is not for me. It's not bad, but I feel like it's all over the place. Sorry to hear that. I would say don't miss out on season 3, though. Watch season 3. Captain Corky. By the way, Rios, to hell with the Temple Prime directive, right? I get showing you're the mom, kind of, but trusting the kid with knowledge of the future is just reckless. Mr. Captain 90, I do agree with that, Captain Corky. Mr. Captain 93, if Captain Foley and Samuel were fused together in a transporter a la Tuvix, what do you call him? Foleyuel or Samuel-y? Good question. Matt Borman said, friends with benefits. All right, so friends with benefits. Probably go with 7, because it would be very much a wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Oh, I'm just going to leave now. It should be fine. That's fine. Troy would be too worried reading your mind and emotional state and see you looking at another girl and get all jealous and blah, blah, blah. And Jadzia is a little bit too, like, free as far as hanging out with other guys, having strippers in her room, you know, just kind of carefree, a little too much for me. So I'd have to go with 7 on that one. Michael Jordan, if it's on TV or movie, it's canon. That question is what universe... The question is what universe is it in? Christian Montgomery, the bots' names are entertaining. No, they're not. NZ Fade, yeah, they got lazy with the multiverses. Everyone's doing it except for Doctor Who out of all of them should have multiverses. Instead, he or she dies off and carries on another time travel story. Funky wiggle butts. Okay, that's what I don't know what the fuck. What's wrong with you people? Mina says, franchise fatigue comes from having too much of a good thing and getting sick of it. They have yet to give us what we want, so we'll keep watching and hoping they do. Give me the Trouble Lower Deck style. It sounds like his voice in the new trailer on season 3. Kick 10K throws in $10. Yo, Cap, break time. I see you're back in this room. Yeah, I'm in this room almost every Thursday. I didn't do it last Thursday because I had my computer disconnected because it was packed, ready to go for the following morning when I had to leave to Chicago. Which means we wouldn't have had the cool LCARS displays and all that, so. Reggie, GDI, he could have delivered the I'm from Chile, I work in space line a bit better, but I did smile when he said it. I think he did great. Smart Smears, they spent half of each episode stopping problems they created rather than moving the plot forward. However, the Borg stuff and the Rio stuff is both good. Just the main plot for me is meh. Mr. Captain 93, I remember when we got Star Trek baseball cards. At least they were real and cool, not some computer-generated picture. NZ Fade, to Paul would be a close second. Sorry about my pug snoring. Eric the Bat, Troy, and Dax are Polly. Squadra Course, 7 is a good choice. As a friend, she would be able to help you build the Borg-enhanced shuttle in your spare time. Mr. Captain 93, we have to be getting closer to campfire chats. Yeah, it's getting nicer out, but it's still like raining like every day at least once. It's really annoying. April showers, bring May flowers. But yes, campfire chats will be coming soon, don't worry. Mina Heron, I wonder if 7's Borg nanobots would be transferred through intimacy, STD. That's like the best pickup line. Hey, I have an STD. All I need is you. For stud, get it? Mark says, the Tendi actress in uniform. Oh my God, very nice. Yes, I just wish she was green. But yes. Keeping Me Up podcast. I love those Trek trading cards. Fry Minis, $2. Would you attend a traditional Betazoid wedding? Hell yeah. I'd rock out with my cock out. Yeah. Mark says, I had every Trek card. Peter Lacaco, $10. Hey Cap, time for a sip. Also, do you think there will be a Picard spin-off series coming? Legacy characters or new cast? Probably new cast. Oh, actually, hold on. I think we might actually get the Stargazer thing eventually. But I would really like to see like 2 or 3 seasons of Star Trek Geordi, where we follow Geordi for a couple seasons. You know, Star Trek Worf. People would eat that shit right up. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna see, but Squadron Course. Would that be STN? Sexually transmitted nanites? Ooh. Anti-Hell D. Hi. Which actor playing the Federation psychologist? IMDb doesn't have that info. It's I can't remember his fucking name now. But he's in BSG. He plays Gaius Baltar. STD, Star Trek Discovery. This says it all. Mr. Captain 93, are the Lower Decks crew your favorite crew at the moment? Yeah, probably until Strange New Worlds. Laughable Larry, kind of given up on Picard until the season is done. Appreciate your continued reviews, though. No problem. We'll keep doing them for all new Treks, so. Turd Ferguson, Trekyards. No, the proper line is, hey, baby, I got a little Borg in me. You want some? Or how about a hot nanite injection? Snoopy says, so Cap, does Diamond Select still make Trek ships? Not really. They've promised us a Reliant for 5 or 6 years now, and also the Enterprise C. And no, they have figures coming out, not Star Trek figures. I think they lost the Star Trek license because there's nothing coming out from them. James Callis, that's the actor. Sorry, I completely drew a blank there, guys. Mr. Captain 93, the Strange New Worlds uniforms look amazing in your video. Yeah, they did look pretty good. Lower Decks is amazing. The Doctor, poor pug. We had 2 pugs up till last year. They both died pretty close together. Oh, thinking about getting another. Your pug is helping that idea. Oh, that's so sad. You're like their entire world. You're there from the time they see you to the time they die. You're like a never dying immortal god to them. And they bring you some of the happiest days of your life and one of the absolute most devastating. So I definitely don't look forward to anything happening. I think Sylvia might be getting me a pug puppy for my birthday, though, in May, because she's been kind of hinting at getting me a puppy. So I might have another pug puppy around. But I don't know. We'll see. Bryce, I just got here. So now we have the Watcher with a rear ear-worn device, obviously made for a Vulcanoid ear. And she's Romulan, so yeah. Didn't you watch the episode? She reveals herself to be Romulan. Eric the Bat, the original Baltar was also the first Klingon. Yes, he was. Yeah. Kit 10K, $10. Speaking of Trek cards, I had a gold hologram card of the Enterprise D that 20 years ago, mind you, was about $1,000. I should find out what it's worth now. Yes, you should. Mina Haroon, have you ever 3D printed a Star Trek ship? I'm currently printing Enterprise Z. Know where I can download a good Defiant model? I don't know. I haven't printed any myself, but I've got a bunch. Here's the Andor class from FASA, one of my favorite designs. I'm not sure where you can get them really, and I don't have a 3D printer. I need to pick one up. I think we need Star Trek pork. Sure. Jonathan, the last episode where the supervisor said that what she was doing was like jerry-rigged mind melds seems a little odd, since she said it as though everyone knew what mind meld was in 2024. Keeping Me Up podcast. Come on, Cap. You know you want to play with the new Spirit of Prey again. Come on. If you lose the Star Trek license, can you get it reissued at the DMV? I don't know. It's a beautiful thing. It is.
All right, Mr. Zulu. Let's see what she's got.
Oh.
Engage cloaking device, Mr. Tigger.
Cloaking device engaged. It's right here. Can't you see it? Can you see it? It's right here. Look at this bird of prey. Isn't it amazing? It's so awesome. Look at that shit. Like, yeah, man.
Everybody remember where we parked? Well, a double dumbass on you!
Ooh.
Admiral, there be whales here!
That's enough for now. Fucking love that thing, man. Decepticon Raider. It seems like the show has forgotten that Jean-Luc Picard has a brother named Robert. Nope. Like I said, in the first episode of the season, second episode, where they talk, the little Jean-Luc is talking to his mom. She says something about his brother being away at school. So no, they haven't forgotten about it. Henzi Fade, are you calling Picard a pug in Q's eye? Is a pug puppy a puglet? Sure, yes. Bryce says, ooh, I am only 1/3 the way through. Mr. Captain 93, why is Peanut Hamper your favorite? I fucking hate Peanut Hamper. Michael Jordan, $5. I overall enjoyed this episode. Exploring demons of Picard's past was interesting, but what did you think of the end scene with Guinan? I actually really enjoyed it. I know a lot of people probably have issues with it, but I thought it was great. She actually seemed like Guinan. She delivered her lines like Guinan. She even sounded like Guinan a few times. It was Guinan energy, and it was cool. The actual genie bottle was a little much, but I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to complain about it. Mektar96, 10 euros. Thank you so much. For a Worf show with him in command of a Starfleet ship, wouldn't they have to retcon that thing about how he would never be allowed to command because he went back and saved Dax that one time? I've said that all along. Everybody's been calling for a Captain Worf series for years now, and I'm like, Sisko told him that he would never get a command of his own, a captaincy, because of that incident. It'll be on his record. So yes, they're not going to mention it though. He's just Captain Worf now. That's all it'll be. They won't mention it. Kit 10K, $10. Ooh, thank you. For 3D files to download, go to a site called Thingiverse. There's a huge selection of Star Trek and other things on that site, and they are all free to download. Well, there you go. Thank you, Kit. Almost had a drink here. The name is John Calicos, says Boltar, and Core, I guess. The Doctor, that distortion big enough to hide a ship, wouldn't you say? That distortion there, see it? Cloaking device? War God 6, Bird of Prey definitely looks better wings up. Hell yeah, it does. Blue Shirt Picard, do you think the Bird of Prey remains underwater, Pearl Harbor style? No, I think they probably retrieved it. Maybe put it in a Starfleet museum or something. Who knows? It saved Earth, so I mean, I think they'd pull it out and actually like memorialize it somehow. But if you're saying like the Arizona, like it's the Arizona, that's still underwater and they have the memorial over it, they maybe do that, but I think they would have pulled it out. The only way to stop the Borg Queen is to put a mobile emitter on Badgie and let him loose. Just sit back and watch. It did look like an I Dream of Genie bottle, yes. Mina says, what is Ira Burr, DS9, so Ira Stephen Bear, and Rick Berman doing right now? Why are they not creating new Star Trek? I don't know. KDF General Worf sounds plausible. Yes, absolutely. Squadron Corps, seems like they would have salvaged the Bird of Prey to examine it. Yeah, I believe they would have as well. Bryce says, that they can just have a scene or throwaway line about how Worf was told that Starfleet would never give him a command. Also, I think they don't trust a Klingon, but he acquitted himself. Mark says, Sisko tells Worf he'll never get a command, then goes and uses bioweapons. Hashtag Sisko did nothing wrong. Kit 10K, $5. Damn it, break's over. Gotta go. Later, Cat. Later, Kit. Good to see you. Squadron Course. Was the Bird of Prey already old at the time of Star Trek 3? Yes, it was. Eric the Bat. They probably reverse engineered the Bird of Prey. Maybe. Chuck Jones says Braga is doing Orville, so that's why he's not working on Trek. Bryce says, anyone else find Peanut Happer kind of hot? I just want to know what sort of attachments she has. Oh my god. That's fucking gross. Keeping Me Up podcast. The HMS Bounty was definitely pulled out of the water, researched for any unknown alien or unknown Klingon tech, and ended up in the Smithsonian beside the Enterprise A and other Kirk and crew artifacts. Yep, I wouldn't be surprised if it's in a museum. Mina Haroon, any chance they will let the Lower Decks guy create a live-action Trek show? I'm sure there's a chance. Sure. And his name is Mike McMahon, man. Mike McMahon, man. Mike McMahon. Michael Richmond, I think at over 100, Picard needed to start therapy a bit earlier. Turd Ferguson, so the bird of prey has probably had to be given back to the Klingons. The U.S. came into possession of a defected MiG over the year. They did have to give them back, which we did in pieces. Well, there you go. I don't know. We'll have to see. Jonathan, Worf, we are giving you the rank of captain for your work as a whistleblower about all that stuff Cisco did. Oof. Let's see. 131 likes. That's awesome. Seriously, Pug. Seriously. I'm working here. Fuck. Try to get another 19 likes. Let's try to get up to 150 likes, guys. Hit that like button if you haven't. If you're just joining me, please. Mr. Captain 93, didn't Kirk say, keep the nose up? It has cloaking device as the bird of prey crush in the water. He just said keep the nose up. I didn't hear anything about a cloaking device, though. That's interesting. Just finished episode 7 and oh my god. Yeah. Turd Ferguson, Pug totally killed your sales pitch. It's Puggins. He's making troubles. My girlfriend's Puggins the same way. Yes, but we never returned to Red October. Returned to Red October. Worf holds too much political sway to be denied a command if that's what is desired. If that's what he desired. Yeah, I kind of agree that at a certain point, your career would speak for itself, and that one instance might be. Did those new interviews with Mike McMahon ever get edited and released? I don't know. Ask Samuel. No, I think we're going to release them right before season 3 comes out as a build up to it. I think some of them are edited, but it was like 2 hours long of interviewing, and he had to chop it down into smaller, bite-sized videos. So it takes a lot of work to edit that kind of thing. So I don't know. I've given up talking about it. It's on his plate if he wants to do it. Well, it will get done eventually. That's not the point, but just don't want it to come out after season 7 of Lower Decks, and here we're talking about season 2. Tell the pug I say meow. Meow. Yeah, she doesn't. Mina Haran, and is the Watcher a 2024 Romulan, or is she also a time traveler? What technology do the Romulans have at that time? It's not really clear right now. Apparently, she is a 2024 Romulan, but raised on Gary Seven's homeworld to be a Watcher, and blah, blah, blah. But I think it could link in with Laris. It could be the same person. She could be a time traveler. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. Have you been watching Red Letter Media's Picard discussions? Yes, they frustrate me. Clark 85, this Picard season went downhill fast. Totally disagree. It did a little, but it's kind of on its way back up. So Matt says, I keep offering, but keep getting denied the chance to edit. Yes, I know. Have you said when Lower Decks will return? Have they said? I think it's in September. Bryce, sure they salvaged the bird of prey ASAP to study it, but it may be that part of the Khitomer Accords they had to turn it back over to the Klingons. Could be. Red October didn't exist. The MiG incidents really did happen, and some did cause major international incidents with Soviets, so we had to get them back. The Klingons would do the same. The U.S. let the Russians think the Red October was destroyed, and the other Russian sub was sent to destroy Red October. Red October was scuttled deep in the abyss of the Atlantic Ocean, don't you know? Don't you know, laddie? Episode 7 has killed all interest in this season for me. Sorry to hear that, Clark. Then don't watch any more of it. And what about Firefox? We never gave it back either. Mina says Picard called the Watcher an ancestor when she revealed her. No, that's not what he said. He said, I thought you could be an ancestor. Confirming that he thought she was Romulan and was confused why she was human, like we all were. Not saying, oh yeah, you're her ancestor. That's not exactly what was said. Go back and listen again. Gary would have lived 1,000. Baseline Romulans lived 250, so she may have been Talon all along. Star Trek record. No. Would you like there to be a Trek show focusing on the actions of the time agents and the like, where they constantly have to deal with people trying to mess up the timeline, temporal Cold War, etc.? That'd be very cool, especially if it was a CGI animated show, because then you could show it all eras, and it'd be cool to see all eras of Trek every week, like they're doing a new thing, trying to stop a new person, a new time period. That'd be great. To me, this episode of Picard felt like a standalone episode. Yeah, it was definitely had a good Star Trek feel to it for me. So, Keeping Me Up podcast. Would you like to see Geordi married to Leah Brahms in season 3? If you answered this already, sorry, the feed cut out. Yes, I would like to see him married to Leah Brahms. I think that'd be amazing. Yes. Star Trek TVA, lol. Hold on a second, I just gotta answer a message right here real quick. Come on, load up. Do we really need some more backstory for his dad, though? I don't know. Don't know about that. And Matt Boardman, I got your message, and yes, I know. I'm aware. Bum, 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 bum. That's all I'll say. Cap needs some elevator music for these moments. You know, I could just take it off the stand, and then it's not so awkward to hold. And you do it. So there's that, and there's flight configuration, the straight wings, which I kind of like too, and of course the classic. Dun 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 dun. That woke the pug up. It was funny because she jumped. She got scared. Ooh, it's so much better with the wings up, dude. Oh, I'll show you the HMS Bounty on the bottom there. Because I always wondered how it would look on the actual ship. There it is there. They're telling the probe what to go do with itself. Hey, probe, get the fuck away from our planet, bitch. Sorry, that was... The Time Variance Authority, yeah. You can only have an Airwolf cameo if you have the Airwolf theme song. And then Blue Thunder. It's not Airwolf, but it's Blue Thunder. I did a live talking about this too. Got this for a great fucking price. Just do a live Captain Foley Plays with Toys hour. I just pick some toys from my collection and all right, sorry. I got distracted. It's hard to work in this room because there's so much cool shit in here. Which, if any of you come and visit me and you have to stay over, this is the guest room. Just so you know, there's a fold-out couch here, folds out into a bed, and you get to hang out in this room. But if you touch anything, I'll break your fucking fingers. You should play bridge backgrounds sounds during these. I do sometimes. Like, there is sound on that, but it's turned down quite a bit, so sometimes there's some really cool shit. Sorry, my friend, but Blue Thunder was weak compared to... I'm aware of that. I wasn't promoting Blue Thunder as being better. I'm just saying Blue Thunder's fucking cool. So don't fucking fight me, man. I don't know what Rio's plan is. Don't know either. Keeping Me Up podcast. Best Trek theme song. Best Trek movies theme song. Best Captain Foley toy. Best Trek theme song is Voyager. Probably Voyager. Best movie theme song. Ooh. Star Trek 6 is really good, but so Star Trek 2. Don't know. That's a guest room. Can we be friends? No. No friends for you. Eris and the Watcher have totally different personalities. Ancestor, maybe they let her retire on Romulus after Renee went to Europa. I mean, if that mission was the only reason the Watcher, now it's over. Yes. Andre Benson, I remember when the Bird of Prey first appeared in Star Trek 3 in the theaters, I was like, man, what is that? Kit as an Autobot. Yeah, police chopper with a minigun and missiles. Great crime fighting there. No need to get defensive. People can mistakenly enjoy Blue Thunder as well. Weird, but better than just a coincidence. Mark says, I would not be able to stay with you because I'd want to play with your birds of prey. Bird of prey. Rio's plan is getting his cigar wet. Ooh, this is fucking good. I like that. Murray Nathan, do you think Picard is turning any children into lifelong Star Trek fans? Probably not. No, it's not aimed at children. No. Rejected again. No one loves me. Wah. Guess I must pour myself another glass of wine to drown my sorrows. Wah. Keeping Me Up podcast, you can be my friend. You just need to tell me who the fuck you are, what your name is, what you look like, where you live. I don't know. Star Trek 6 and Star Trek 2 were the two that came to mind for best theme song. Yes. Ooh, Prodigy has a good theme song too, yeah. Anyway, guys, let's see. We're almost at 2 hours. I get another 8 likes. And like I said, I'm doing another live right after this one. Like literally like 5-10 minutes after, I'm going to be back live. Going to be doing a VR thing for the anniversary of the sinking of the Titanic. And if you guys are interested, check it out. It's going to be in VR. So if you want to join me for that, please do. Could future Laris be over 400 years old? I think that's really, really pushing it for a Romulan, so no, I don't think so. Yeah, I would have hated it if Picard's father was an abuser. This is better. Yes, totally agree. I am podcast. My name is Keepin. I look like a troll and I live in a cave. Happy now? Nope. Now you're definitely not going to be my friend ever. I hate that kind of mind game bullshit. Will the other live stream be on this channel or the Captain Foley channel? It'll be on this channel. Don't worry, it'll be on this channel. But anyways, I'm going to call it there, I think. This has been a really good live. We've kind of talked about this episode. It's interesting that a lot of people hate it. A lot of people absolutely love it. There's a few kind of in between, but it's more or less one or the other. And I'm sorry for the people that don't like it. I really wish that you would like it, but hey, you know, it is what it is. Squadra Course throws in $1, so thank you so much. Let the sniping commence, indeed. But yeah. Anyway, guys, I think I'm going to call it there. Tune in tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I know it's Good Friday, but we're still doing it at the same time and the same day, and people will have it off, so hopefully we'll have more viewers. But I'm looking forward to seeing you guys there for a full breakdown and discussion on this episode, because there's a lot of interesting stuff in here that we're going to be talking about. So hope to see you guys there, and until then, I'm Captain Foley signing off, and let's see what the last thing the Bird of Prey has to say.
My friends, we've come home.
Perfect. Perfect way to end. That's great. That's good stuff. My friends, we've come home. Love you guys. Live long and prosper. See you in a few minutes on a VR Live. Bye, guys.